Clutch NBA basket.
Nice
For Yuki.
rebound.
Get another one.
Yuki again.
Think back to the moments when you were told you were too small to make it, too small to succeed. For Yuki Kawamura, the 5 feet 8 inches basketball dynamo, this was more than just a passing remark. It was a constant theme throughout his life. But on November 8, 2024, Kawamura turned all those doubts into dust. The moment he stepped onto the court, he wasn't just participating in a game, he was making history. This wasn't just another NBA debut, it was a statement. This was David versus.
As you see, Yuki behind the back, puff cuts, puff stuffs.
Oh, that was...
Goliath. But this time, David had a deadly crossover and an unstoppable spirit. Yuki silenced the critics and stunned the world, leaving everyone wondering, how did a 5'8" player just school NBA giants? If you've ever been told you weren't enough because of something beyond your control, your height, your background, your appearance, then this story is one you'll want to hear. Because Yuki's journey isn't just about talent, it's about overcoming.
Rise behind the back now.
Yuki Kawamura is not just playing in the NBA, he's dominating it. And after you watch what he did to the Washington Wizards, you'll never again underestimate the little guy. Imagine walking into an arena where every player around you is a giant, and you're the only one who's been told you're too small to be here. Yuki Kawamura isn't just playing next to the NBA's best. He's standing shoulder to chest with some of the league's tallest players, and he's not backing down. With under 3 minutes left in the game and the Grizzlies already holding a comfortable lead, fans were hungry for a show. They wanted something exciting, something they could talk about for weeks. Yuki delivered. It wasn't just the fact that he played well, it was the way he completely changed the energy in the building. From the second Yuki checked into the game, the entire arena seemed to hold its collective breath. The Wizards didn't know it yet, but they were about to face more than they could handle. The moment Yuki took the ball, the game began to shift. Yuki wasn't just playing for points. He was playing to show the world that the smallest player could have the biggest impact. He didn't just want to beat the Wizards. He wanted to demolish every preconceived notion about size in the NBA. Here's the situation. The Grizzlies are up big after 1 minute and 55 seconds of the final quarter, and fans are cheering, but they want more. The game was almost over, but Yuki wasn't done. It was time for his moment. As the Grizzlies dominated, the crowd could sense that something magical was about to happen. They watched as Yuki, standing just 5 feet 8 inches, began weaving his way through the defense, dodging defenders with a speed and agility that seemed unnatural. The crowd could feel it. Yuki was about to turn the game on its head. The ball was in his hands, and he wasn't hesitating. The defenders, much taller and bigger than Yuki, were scrambling to catch up. But it didn't matter. Yuki was everywhere, seemingly appearing out of thin air and disappearing just as quickly. This wasn't just basketball, this was something new, something electric. And then, in a moment that felt like time itself had slowed down, it happened. Imagine being one of the defenders, standing tall with a foot of height advantage over Yuki, only to see him hit you with a nasty crossover that leaves you in the dust. Yuki's move was so smooth, so quick, it was like the defender didn't even see it coming. Time seemed to slow down as Yuki took a step back, the ball leaving his hands and arcing perfectly through the air. For a split second, the entire arena was holding its breath. Then, as if the ball had a mind of its own, it swished through the net. The crowd erupted. It wasn't just another three-pointer, it was a statement. This was the moment when Yuki wasn't just playing basketball. He was saying to the NBA, "I belong here." The entire arena went wild. Fans leapt out of their seats, screamed at the top of their lungs, and celebrated with strangers like they had just witnessed a once-in-a-lifetime moment. This wasn't just a victory for the Grizzlies. It was a victory for every underdog who had ever been told they weren't big enough, fast enough, or skilled enough to succeed. This isn't just an arena moment. It was one of those plays that transcends the game itself. The video of Yuki's step-back three went viral in just 1 hour, receiving over 300,000 views. Fans from all over the world couldn't believe what they had just seen. A 5'8" rookie was training NBA heavyweights like it was second nature. They were mesmerized by his agility, his vision, and most of all, his heart. Fans couldn't get enough of him. They began asking, who is this guy? Where did he come from? But Yuki had other plans. Like a rocket powered by sheer will, Yuki shot past defenders, dodging them as if they were standing still. The defense? Complete chaos. They couldn't keep up. The poor Wizards defenders didn't stand a chance. And then it happened. Yuki found himself surrounded by two defenders. He was trapped, seemingly out of options. But wait. In an instant, he executed a behind-the-back no-look pass that was so deft it seemed like he had eyes in the back of his head. The ball landed perfectly in his teammates' hands for an easy bucket. The Wizards were left spinning, confused, and wondering where Yuki had gone. He had just pulled off one of the most impossible passes they had ever seen. The crowd? Absolutely losing it. They started chanting, "We want Yuki." The entire arena stood in awe of the 5 feet 8 inches phenom who had just orchestrated chaos. No one had ever seen a show like this before. And what made it even more incredible was that it wasn't just fans who were amazed. It was also Yuki's teammates. They were witnessing firsthand how a player who was too small had just revolutionized the game before their very eyes. There's something magical about Yuki. His play isn't just about numbers, it's about energy. It's about how he changes the entire flow of a game. His presence on the court electrifies the team, elevates their play, and has fans on the edge of their seats. Yuki's basketball IQ is so advanced, he's always one step ahead. He's like a chess player while everyone else is playing checkers. His vision, his anticipation, and his quick thinking make him a threat every time he steps onto the court. It's incredible to think that this 5 feet 8 inches player, someone who was never supposed to make it, has already made such an indelible impact on the NBA. But here's the kicker. He's just getting started. The Grizzlies roster is riddled with injuries, but Yuki has taken this opportunity and run with it. Instead of just filling in for injured players, he's become a key contributor. Conversations about his potential are no longer theoretical. He's proving himself every time he steps on the court. It's impossible to predict where Yuki's journey will take him. But one thing is certain, the NBA has already been shocked by him. The next time he takes the court, who knows what he'll do? One thing is for sure, you won't want to miss it. Yuki Kawamura isn't just changing the game. He's showing us all that heart, hard work, and talent can transcend expectations and stereotypes.